And scoreline is Europe to 6 goals, 137, Tanunda 3 goals, 4-22. Both teams are out on the oval in the huddles talking to each other. The third quarter is the premiership quarter. This is the quarter will make or break, and especially make or break Matty Westhoff. I think Bobby Ruckawise is still in there as well, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, not as the ruck. Standing right behind Dean Turlack.
Okay, ball's up for the second half. No clear winner in the ruck. Douglas does grab it. He's tackled to ground, and we'll have another ball up. Westhoff doing a pretty good job since he's been in the ruck. So against the much younger Douglas on that occasion. Again, double fister down to the man. Stacks on the mill, and ball up again.
Yeah, interesting going the double fister. That's surely you can't get the same height as this one hand up, but here we go. Baldwin hands the ball back to the umpire. Westhoff again, tap backwards, straight in the arms of a Newry player. He's wrapped up by Turlick and Bignell and held up in the tackle, and we'll have another ball up. 3 ball ups in a row. That was Scott Bentley. Westhoff this time one-handed, but Douglas gets the tap only as far as Nelner. Nelner gets the ball out to Bignell. Bignell's high kick into the half-forward area. Pack flies. Ball hits the deck, though. It'll be cleaned up his teammate yet, but Newry bring the ball out of defence with control. Chip in forward. No, took the mark. That's a slips catch by young Laverty. And he'll relieve the pressure a bit here for the Tigers.
Neldner used the muscles he'd been working on in the gym to bust through to get that centre clearance then, Jamo, which was good. Ball down the line now towards Newry's half-forward line. Baldwin roves it well. Little chip, not 15. Well, I was going to say not 15 if the Newry guy marked it. Ended up going over his head, and Snowden took the mark for Tanunda. Sends it inside, and a great grab taken by Turlick. Hands off quickly to McFarlane. He goes inside 50, but it's to Magic. Rakiwazi's not the bloke you want with space in front of him. He kicks out wide looking for Bryce, who's one-on-one with Matty Pryor. Matty Pryor's got an arm pin. Very good tackle there. He manages to get the ball out, Bryce, with the old 1-2 with Hopener on that occasion. Slams it on the boot inside 50, but it's Tanunda taking a nice grab back there.
Is it young Biaggi, is it?
Might be Fechner.
Aaron Fechner. His short kick finds a teammate right half back. He elects to go inboard.
Great kick.
The players in there was a good kick, and it's found AJ Pryor.
That was Westhoff, the ruckman, that kicked that in there.
He swings onto his left boot. Ball bounces clear, though. In there was punch
lands
through.
In the square and punched through for a rush behind.
First score of the quarter at was to Newry Upta.
Yep, the 3-minute mark.
6-2. Kicking to himself was Matt Pryor. Kicks it out long to the wing. Contest. Newry with the ball clear. Straight up the corridor. In the way. Nearly a good mark to Henry Slattery. Ball comes down. There's plenty of Newry players around the... Can't kick around the corner, though. In defence is Harmon. Harmon's kicking as far as Bryce. And Bryce certainly should have a... Well, he should have a kick at goal. He could have kicked inboard, I suppose.
Should have a shot at goal there, Jam. I thought he had a man inside.
Well, he's a right legger, so it's on the right side. 30 metres out. Shouldn't have any trouble with the distance. Moves in, taking his time. That's two inside 50s for Newry already in this quarter. A goal will really hurt the Magpies. Sails it towards the goals. They like it.
Shouldn't have ever put him in doubt, Jamo. You said you would have had a shot, and Alec Bryce knew exactly what he was doing. Goes back and threads it.
Tag me. Not good news for Tanunda, Paul.
Not good news. And look, Bryce, to his credit, has kicked the goal. He turned his back and had a couple of options inside, but was good enough to kick the goal. And it's a good start for Newry. That first goal was important, and Tanunda really need to respond hard now.
Got a time clock just over the right shoulder here, Jamo. So if you need to know how long's gone, let me know, and I'll relay it to you, mate. So 4 minutes 40 gone. Start of the third term here, the Brosselite and Gawler Football Association Grand Final at Gawler Oval. Newry v Tanunda. Ball goes up. And Westhoff gets his hand to the ball. Goes down, well roved, though, by a Newry Upper player there, which was Bentley, who gets a handball to DeMacy. Goes inside 50 and a big grab.
Paid the mark.
Taken down there.
Paid the mark. Bit of a push, I thought. Maybe exaggerated by the Tanunda player, but...
Well, I think he used his hips and not his hands, which is probably the critical point there. No real remonstration from the Tanunda. I think it's Matty Pryor. So good quick entry out in the middle and sees a shot for Sam Gordon.
So disappointing with the ruckman clear, tapped down, but it's the opposition that gets it away. Bang, bang, shot on goal. Looks pretty good. The boys like it. He's done the fist pump. It's a golden Uriuppa. They're starting to break away early in the third term.
Sam Gordon's first goal for the game as well. And he moves Newry on to...
Gets it away. Bang, bang. Shot on goal. Looks pretty good. The boys like it. He's done the fist pump. It's a golden Uriuppa. They're starting to break away early in the third term.
5 minutes in the quarter. Real effort required. Really have to dig deep now, the Magpies. You know, the luxury of Bobby Rakawai's in the middle on Turlick. Westhoff, high with the tap. Tanunda with the clearance through Bignell. Bignell up to half forward. Plenty of players flying for the ball. Britain couldn't bring it in. Few areas there. Coming through was Douglas. Douglas handballs backwards. Should be taken here by Brooks. Brooks goes inboard. Takes a chance. There's Bignell. Not sure if that's a good kick, though. Oh, well done by Benny Schiller. His kick forward, punched away by Gogol, I think. Down comes to the ground. There's Nathan Peterson-Gray. His kick doesn't find a target, but picked up on the half volley by Parker Nelner and drew forward just to behind. Or was that Trembath? Trembath. Kicking with the outside of the boot. Possibly could have gone onto his left leg, Paul.
Could have. You would have nearly backed him in there, but I've liked the way Tanunda have been looking for the corridor a bit more this quarter, and it's given them some good opportunities going forward.
Yeah, I think they're just going to have to. They're going to have to take the chance. Risk the rebound. Risk being penalised, but it's Jornay bringing the ball back into play. Long, high kick. In front is Harmon. Harmon takes the mark as everyone else falls over. Bobby Rakawai's appealing for the free kick. Harmon onto his left boot. Goes to the pocket, but should only find a Newry defender in the shape of Sean Gibson. Gibson's got Baldwin, short. Parker's onto him, though. That option's finished. Closed. Straight up the line. Rakawai's is in the flow, but chipping in, taking the mark is the big fella. I think he's your favourite now, isn't he, Kimbo?
Yeah,
Shane Dearlove.
Dearlove had his name written all over that, even though he's nonchalantly standing outside the boundary. Just walked back into play and took the grab that was made for Big Bobby on that occasion. Umpires called a free kick going the way of Matthew Pryor, said that DeMacy raised his arm. So Pryor on half-back for Tanunda, came back to Tanunda from Central District this year. Okay, he goes long down the lines. 2-on-1, interesting call it is. Kicked it to the male medalist, able to bring it to ground. Baldwin's first one there. Turlick butters up. Oh, umpires picked out another free here, and this one is going the way of
Baldwin.
Per Jackson Baldwin. Played a fair bit of junior footy down at Central District as well. Kicks it down the line here. Big pack of players forming. Big and small, ends up running over the back. Snowden's first one under it to Tanunda. Handballs back in board into the pack blindly. Newry gets it. Dearlove out to Bentley, kicks it long. Box seat, Bryce here again, and lovely kick over the top, and Bryce read it really well.
Searching kick, gave the defender no chance. Defender could just watch it sail over his head.
And started at half back again with Jackson Baldwin, who was in discussions of coming to Anguston this year. Unfortunately, didn't happen. But he's now in a grand final, and Bryce proving dangerous up forward in this quarter.
Second goal to Bryce.
You recruit locally here, blokes, do you? Bryce, he's right in the game now. Two goals in the third term. He's come alive up there, up forward.
Bryce proving dangerous up forward in this quarter.
Second goal to Bryce.
You recruit locally here, blokes, do you? Bryce, he's right in the game. 5:23, and it's getting a bit scary for the Magpies. Newry seem to have a fair bit of class in regards to using the footy when they get a bit of space.
In the Hills Football League, Harndorf 3 goals ahead of Uradler, and that's Port Adelaide versus Nord, black and white versus red and blue.
Going around at the moment for my liking, so it's good to see the Tigers in front here.
Perhaps not here, though. Here goes Nathan Peterson-Gray. Left foot boot. Forward. Britain behind. Can't take the mark. He'll come down. Here's Jornay. Jornay chip over the cross half back. Finds Rakawaiza. That's
Douglas on the Gogol on the mark, giving him a bit of lip and clapping his hands. Has it made any difference? It hasn't. Britton, not only has he kicked it, Jamo, he's put it 20 back.
He's 20 back. That's what? How far is that? That's a 65, 70 metre kick.
Is, yep. Put it in a dog box number 5. Gogol on the mark, giving him a bit of lip and clapping his hands. Has it made any difference? It hasn't. Britton, not only has he kicked it, Jamo, he's put it 20 back.
He's 20 back. That's what? How far is that? That's a 7. And perhaps that might be the spark the Magpies need. Run the score out. Tell them that Harndorf are up and that Collingwood won last night.
Yep. You might want to fulfil their end of the bargain again, though. Can't be understated when your big forward kicks a big goal. I think it does give everyone a lot of confidence around the ground.
Matt Westhoff. Now Lee Westhoff's also in the centre for Tanunda. Dom Douglas with the kick. Slattery can't get his kick away. He was first on the ball. Coming through, Ben Schiller gets it out to Liam Ellis. Liam Ellis inside 50 for Tanunda. Bunted away by Smith for Tanunda. Now it should be cleared by Gibson. Gibson's handball taken on the half volley by Henry Slattery. Slattery gave it back. He ran into trouble though. Tackle in the centre of the ground and players are felled and we'll have a ball up.
Yeah, but Tanunda have done well to hold it up there, I reckon. Newry seemed to move the ball really well from half back, so Tanunda's pressure there good to force the ball up. Again, things in tight there. Lee Westhoff tries to get a kick away. Smothered again, handball over man to Gibson. Under pressure, great tackling pressure there by Dowse. Newry won't get the ball wide to Fowlis. He takes a good grab on centre wing. He looks long inside 50. 2-on-1 again, but the big fella Gordon's under it. Could have possibly got held back by the arm. There is a whistle.
Yeah, Dowse slowly to his feet. He's holding his arm. I wonder whether he perhaps should have a trainer out to him.
So it's AJ Pryor. Umpire calls play on. Off one step, kicks down the line, looking for Lee Westhoff, and a great grab by Lee Westhoff there. He's got a man inboard in the corridor, ignores him. He's going longer down the line to Trenbath, who's in the box seat. Just the kick probably 1.5 metres too far in front, bounces in front and rolls out of bounds in the left forward pocket, just on the 50-metre arc for Tanunda.
Trenbath retreating to the square. Throw in. It's Dom Douglas and Westhoff again. Westhoff with the hands of the ball, but not as far as Turlick. Turlick pushes the Newry player over and a ball up in that same vicinity. Slattery and Turlick standing next to each other. They're tagging each other. Westhoff gets the definitive tap there, but only as far as the Newry player. But it comes out to Brett Dowles for Tanunda. His kick finds Trenbath. Left forward pocket.
Very good grab there, Jamo. Again, experienced forward, isn't it, in Paul, just the way he held the space there and took the grab, even though he's under immense pressure from the full back.
It was good hands. He's quick off the mark, Josh, and should be able to kick this for Tanunda.
Yeah, it started on the right-hand post and it should go through. Moves in.
Lovely.
Lovely kick. Second
box 4 this time.
Yeah.
So after that.
Yep. Cheats in seats.
Last 2 goals to
Tanunda, last 2 goals.
Just a little bit of momentum here with them. So
good bit of momentum build up here. They're big forwards, certainly Britton and Trenbath, 2 goals in a row to the Magpies, so it's given them a bit of a spark. And Westhoff again doing a pretty good job in the middle, gets his hands to the footy again. McFarlane did take possession, but then lost it under the pressure. Rakiwaza, look at him just go in there and extract that ball. Handballs it forward, gets it moving. Bryce for Newry again, so good tackle. Newry just trying to force it
Newry,
forward by paddling it.
I think Tanunda very lucky there.
Tanunda got a free kick. Pryor again. Umpire likes AJ Pryor, and he's been given the 50 as well, so possibly some mouthing off to the umpire there. Of course, players highly strung in the grand final, as you'd expect, everything on the line. It's an emotional day. Turlick now really imposing himself on the contest, goes short. Finds
your man.
Dowse. Now Dowse outside 50, weighs up his options, goes
nice
very
kick.
deep, looking for Smith. I reckon it's gone over the back. I reckon it's through for a goal, unless the man touched it. I don't think he did. Umpire signals goal, and Tanunda 3 in a row.
That moves the scoreboard on to 5-5-35. Newry up to 9-2-56. So it's a 21-point ball game. 15 point. No, it was 41. That's right. The electric scoreboard got me confused. New technology. See Newry how they respond to this danger.
Momentum's definitely swung, hasn't it, the last 6 or 7 minutes, and just some quick movement inside. Douse has been pretty important down there. Some good crumbing.
Just going back to a few minutes ago. Oh, Rakiwaza gets the free kick in the centre. Umpire pays advantage. He goes forward in the box seat there. The big full forward. Great fished away down there by Matty Pryor. Experienced defender. I reckon Baldwin might be now. Hacks it inside 50. And Snowden reasonably well to gather possession there and kick it up to the wing. Good contest here. Real one-on-one stuff. It does roll out of bounds just in front of the New York coach's box. I was going to say they've kicked the next two.
Westhoff with the tap. Comes down to Tanunda, but out of bounds on the full. Throw. No, called. Well, no, it isn't. Someone has attempted to call it touch, but Joseph Thompson certainly put that out on the full. It's Bobby Rakiwaza brings it into play. Up the line. Up high, Westhoff couldn't gather the ball. Kicked out on the full again by Thompson, was it? No, bounced across the boundary line.
McFarlane, I reckon.
McFarlane
might have been there. He's starting to get his hands on the ball a bit, I think. So the ruckman this time, Mitch Norton's in the ruck on Westhoff now. Tanunda first to the ball, but another ball up.
And now Mitch Norton, first time on the ground. I haven't noticed him on the ground yet, but he is in the ruck. Giving away lots of inches. You wonder that with Bobby Rakiwaza right there. He could have taken it, and there he is, speak of the man. He handballs over the top to Hopener. Hopener gathers.
Norton could end up on the end of this in a minute. He's running forward. Oh, it's just missed him. Over the top, Harmon attacks it hard from defence. Tanunda, good handball. Bit of a hack kick out of pressure out the centre wing, but Tanunda 2-on-1 should get the numbers. Rakiwaza's read it pretty well. Good pressure there from Tanunda to hold it up. Newry, loose man, out on the centre wing here. Gibson, experienced player, looks inside 50. Tanunda numbers again. You'd think they'd take the mark, and they will. McFarlane dropping back. Running
with the fly of the ball, a good catch by McFarlane. He goes into the corridor, finds Harmon. Harmon's got Aaron Fechner out wide, but he elects to come this side to the grandstand side. It's a high kick. His target is Westhoff. Westhoff gets hands to the ball but can't bring it in, and a throw in front of our commentary point here. No, it wasn't Westhoff, it was Smith.
That was me mate Smith.
Fraser Smith.
Fritzy, as they call him.
Fritzy Smith.
Good contest there. Run and jump at the footy, young fella.
Should be Fritzy Schmidt. He's back into play though.
Lee Westhoff.
Back to Bignell. Bignell unloaded. Dropped as he kicks the ball over the top of Trembath, picking up his Jornay. Jornay handballs inboard. Released is Jackson Baldwin. He goes through the centre of the ground. A short kick finds Bryce. Bryce handballs to Europe to running through and by himself.
Lovely kick.
By himself. And Newry have a chance to add a goal, perhaps stem the flow. It's gone to Sam Gordon. Only one goal for the game so far to Gordon.
He's had a good quarter. That's his third mark. Just no midfield pressure there. It was too easy for Newry to pinpoint Gordon in 50.
Should slot it. Moves in. Kicks on its way. Looking pretty good from here. Pretty good. And Newry now on to 10 goals 2, and that should be 62 to...
What would they be doing down there with the iPad on the bench?
Well, I don't know, maybe the rotations.
Pen and paper just not required anymore. Newry just leading the way again in country footy with the iPads. This time Bignell roving the ball very well in the centre.
That's the Bignell we know.
Jamo's favourite player.
Poor kick out of the centre though.
Kicks it forward. And Newry, it's all Newry. Big mistake down there by Magic. Can he get around Lee Westhoff? Tries the fancy footwork, does well enough to find some space, kick it wide, too wide again. Well, there's more out on the Fools here than at Geelong.
Too uncharacteristic. Mistakes there by Bobby Rackawiser as Luke Snowden brings the ball back into play. He sails it high. Perhaps could have kept that kick a bit lower because no one's likely to mark that. Bignell with a handball, look away. Tap slapped on by Westhoff. Westhoff to Parker Elner. He's bumped off the ball. Swooping in is Dowse.
It's on here.
And they've got a blue down the...
Bignell and Magic.
Okay. Is it over? I missed it. Still talking to each other.
What would they be saying, you think, Jamo?
Something about, have you heard the scores from Perth? Maybe. That's probably what they're looking at on the iPhone. Probably got the replay. Melbourne versus West Coast Eagles. Will be a ball up where that throw-in was, however. Left forward pocket for the Magpies. They need the goals. They need to open this game up. They're the ones that got to make the play. Newry can follow the game and just kick the occasional goal and waste time. They are certainly in the box seat at the moment. Sling tackle.
Free kick. Shot at goal. Coming up. Might be your mate, is it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Now, if he's gone to school on Trembar's kick before, we'll see how he goes. Right-hand post.
He's had a big quarter, Bignell. He's had 3 clearances, I reckon, and really become quite influential.
Starts at right post and slots it through. That's the first goal to Ryan Bignell. And as I said, he's get on a bit now. Is he past 30, I'd imagine?
I just love these blokes that play for a long time. You know, there's a lot of movement in the AFL these days. It's a sad thing. You know, when you think of Tanunda, you think of Ryan Bignell, don't you? He's played there a long time, sort of heart and soul player. Great to see him do that and slot that goal in the grand final.
He was in the 4 in a row. He was the one in the early 2000s. I think he's played in reserves and Colts premierships. He's got a fantastic number of premierships, Ryan. I think he's up around the 10 premierships. Restart now. Douglas, Westhoff with a tap, but to no one in particular. In front was Tanunda, but push in the back and a free kick.
He did really well there, McFarlane, to jump in front and use his body to get to the ball first and force the umpire to give him a free kick.
Laverty was a tackler, but I don't think it would have hurt. He finds Turlick. Turlick slots it down to centre half forward. Pack flies us over the back. Where are the runners? Who can make it? Dowse is there. Newry on the roll on the ball. They wrap it up. Ball up. Right forward pocket for the Tigers, for the Tanunda, sorry. Really good opportunity here, Paul.
Yeah, good opportunity in this stoppage here, so we'll see what happens.
Turlick, great roving, slams it on the right boot, straight off the pack. Oh, must have just missed the Tanunda boys. Were even almost excited. You can see the post just wobbling there. So, bring it in, Newry up, kick to Jornay, I reckon. Good to see Tigers with their socks up. Always the best socks up, Tigers. Black and gold. So, Jornay flying the flag there for Tigers all around the country. Kicks it wide again. Another out on the full. Yeah. And AJ Pry's actually given Rakiwaza one there. Did the umpire see it? He did. He did.
Just
a bit of cramp, Rakiwaza here.
One in the face.
Got one in the face from the old...
AJ?
Like a real, like he might be 30 years, I don't know if it's ahead of his time or behind his time, AJ Pry. Would have been a full back in the 70s, wouldn't he?
He would have gone very, very well.
So, Rakiwaza of the Bobby variety at half back. He'll look to go down the line. He does so. Very, very high footy. Plenty of players camped under it. In the box seat, Matty Westhoff. Great grab there. Plays on quickly, rolls inside. Sees something he likes in Britton on half forward. Carried just enough. Britton plays on. He's got Trenbarth leading to the ball with some space in front of him. Gathers. Goes one way, then the other. Always wanted to say that, Dennis Kennedy style. Gets it out wide to Thompson. Kick spoiled away. Newry now with the numbers. Gibson kicks out even wider to Hopener. Hopener now takes a bounce. Have another bounce. Handball over the top now. Finds the young fella. He kicks wide to the centre wing, 2-on-2. Harmon dropping back. Newry didn't really fly for the footy. Fechner cops one on the way through, but gets the handball away in good fashion. Britton, great pick up, one-handed.
Good gather.
He did it all then. Ball runs out of play. There's a bit of feeling in the game. A few players look like they're squaring each other up a bit here, but
could be a few retirees. In A1 amateurs at the moment, Tea Tree Gully 6-11 are leading Ross Trevor, Old Collegians 4-5-29, so 18-point margin to Tea Tree Gully. as we look back to the game here. It's in Tanunda's attacking 50. It's Jornay rolls the ball out. The ball should go out of bounds. Kept alive by Nuripta. Parker now picks the ball up. His kick is smothered, and that kick goes across the line and will throw in left forward pocket for Tanunda.
Smothered by James Bentley there. Desperation, what's needed, and next 5 minutes is really important. Hope Tanunda can get another 1 or 2. Really close the gap here on Newry.
Yeah, Tanunda in the forward pocket. You think if they could snap one here, it's going to get really, really exciting. Bignell again throwing himself in there. Tangles himself up at the bottom of the pack with a Newry player.
Well into time on, boys. 26 minutes
gone. He's been pretty prolific today, young Laverty. He's been amongst everything around the footy. No one can get clear hands on the ball in the ruck, but Bignell again making the play, taking the ball. He's had a big third term.
Throw up left half forward. Now, I was just going to say, not much time for Tanunda to score here, and the siren goes. 3/4 time here, the 2018 Broslight and Gawler Football Association Grand Final. It's straight kicking Nuripta, 10-2-62, and they lead Tanunda 7-6-48. Goal kickers for Nuripta. We have 2 to Shane Dearlove and Alec Bryce. Singles to Bobby Rakawaiser, Aaron Laverty, Sam Gordon, and Zach Darms and Henry Slattery. And for Tanunda, the goal kickers, Josh Trembath with 3, and then singles to Britton, Dowse, Bignell and Fraser Smith. Better players in that quarter, boys?
Well, probably for Tanunda, you would thought that a couple of their tools up forward started to get involved. Trembath looked a bit more dangerous after probably a quieter second quarter there. Benny Britton looked dangerous, kicking a good goal as kid earlier, just really gave them that spark going forward. Both teams looking pretty tired. It's pretty hot out there, for Newry, I thought Hopner continued his good form. Sam Gordon came into the game. Gibson was pretty strong back there. Magic and Bobby, and Bentley down back as well.
Yeah, and I thought, well, Jackson Baldwin's had plenty of the footy, such as the way he plays. He's gone all right. And I guess, yeah, the other one not to forget is Matthew Westhoff, who probably wasn't expecting to play ruck today, but he's done some really good things in the ruck and taken a few good marks as well. And
he's working his way to the role, I feel. He's got better as he's got a bit more accustomed to it. Surprised with his height that he hasn't done much in the past. Ruck work, that is. Yes. Generally tends to be a key position or a defender. But certainly he's got the height and the leap, and the two-handed slap is a very interesting method.
Now the Newry supporters have brought out the big black and gold flag here at the huddle. It's always good to see the colours grand final day, flags, streamers. What do they call those things? Floggers.
Floggers.
Always thought that was a funny name. I haven't seen too many floggers here today. But certainly, Tanunda, they've got their flags out as well. This is beautiful to see two of the big guns in the Barossa going head to head. Now we couldn't get any stereotypes out today. If it was like Williston and Newry, you could say it's the sausage and onion boys with the red tins of West End Draft versus the cheese and crackers with the wine. But there's no stereotypes to be made today, with two Barossa teams probably both enjoying the Metwurst and cheese, Jamo.
Yes, we used to call Tanunda, when we were kids, we called the Tanunda Newry game the Battle of the Metwurst Eaters. But what would the coaches be saying out there, Paul? Newry certainly can't relax. They've got the lead, but they can't relax.
No, they've got to keep playing, taking the game on and playing their style. They can't just protect this lead now, because we've seen there with Tanunda kicked 3 goals probably in the space of 6 or 7 minutes. So you've got to keep attacking the game. They're still going to need to kick 2 or 3 goals, you would think, to win this game. So come back to work rate. Both teams are pretty tired out there. It's very hot, as we said, and they'll be just wanting everyone just to give everything they've got for the last quarter and try and hold on.
Going by the flag, the Newry flag in particular, is blowing to the town end at the moment, but quite often it's blowing directly across the ground. So perhaps it's this side of the ground is a bit of a dead pocket side. Both crowds breaking up now. Yeah,
the big cheer, big sort of roar from the Newry crowd. I don't know if the coach revved them up or the captain, someone in there said something more inspirational than normal, unless the supporters have just taken upon himself to give a roar at the one moment in time. But there's certainly a lot of energy coming out of the Newry Upper huddle.
Yeah, Tanunda just can't surrender. As Paul said, they've got to take the game on. They've got to take the chances. Newry also just can't go into the shell and defend the lead. It's 2 minutes plus time on, so we've got another 28 minutes of football to be played here. Scoreline is 10-2, 62 to Tanunda 7-6. Certainly, Newry have been more efficient in front of goals. Perhaps that could change in the last quarter as well. They might get the yips.
We saw Tanunda use the corridor a bit more that quarter, and they looked a lot more dangerous when getting in quickly to Britton and Trenbath and these guys. So, yeah, it'll be a case of taking the game on. We'd like to see Turlich spend a bit more time forward if they can. That luxury is starting in the middle of the start of the quarter, but if they get the first goal, this game is right on.
Bignell, Westhoff, Turlich and McFarlane in the centre square for Tanunda. It's Tim Damasi, Dom Douglas, Bobby Rakawiser, and who's the other one out there?
It's number 12, Bentley.
Bentley. This clearance critical. Just imagine the nerves of the players. Imagine what they're going to do. I'm backing Bignell to get the clearance.
Yep, well, he's been pretty prolific in the third quarter, hasn't he? He's really played a real, if you say, veterans game. I don't think he's really old. If
no, he's not old.
He's been around for a long time, as we mentioned. Umpire's just waiting to make sure the crowd has cleared the oval.
And the AFL's got their wish. We've got 6 in the forward half, 6 in the backward half.
You're going to quickly count them, Jamo. Make sure there's 18 or 18 here, mate.
Yeah, we don't want 19.
Ball goes up. We've got a time clock at the left now, Jamo, and the ball hits the ground again from the centre, going in hard, Rakiwaza, tackling. Oh, geez, he's really...
Is that a sling tackle?
Yeah,
yes.
That's pretty dangerous.
That's
he's really
probably silly.
Bignell into the ground. Perhaps he knew Bignell's had some influence in the match. Bignell's got up.
Oh, he reversed it.
Didn't quite see what he did, but the umpires reversed it. He wasn't happy. Fair enough too. You should be able to get up and shove the guy that's just absolutely donged your head into the turf, Jamo.
Yep. Well, we've got the video here, so if anything happens out of this,
it wasn't like he kicked him or anything. I don't think. After you've had your head
finds
absolutely.
Baldwin goes for the spectacular roll. Now there's a free kick at half forward, and that's Newry's as well. I think it was 25.
Free kick.
Tim Damasi with the free kick goes to the forward pocket. Harmon in front can't mark the ball. Oh, I thought he got hands to it.
And here's another 25. Just some undiscipline from Tanunda, and it's going to be hugely costly. Firstly with Bignell, then something happened at half forward, and now another 25. Makes a certainty of it for Gordon.
Second goal. Second goal to Sam Gordon, and a very important goal. How do you... Mentally, how did Tanunda come back from this? They've just conceded an opportunity to go forward, go right in, deep into the 50, and now it's gone the other way.
Yeah, I was going to say, as Paul said, they need everything to go right from here. They can't afford to give away free kicks in that fashion.
Well, they could have gone forward inside 50 and possibly had a shot for goal, so it's pretty much a 2-goal turnaround.
Start of the... 2 minutes into this last quarter, and of course it's Newry 11-2, 68. They lead Tanunda 7-6, 48. The difference is 20 points. 4 kicks needed by Tanunda. They've got the free kick out of the centre. Goes the way of McFarlane. McFarlane will go wide. He finds Joseph Thompson. Benny Schiller telling Thompson to go up. Now he goes for the lead. Kick it short to me, he says. Thompson elects to go down the line looking for Turlich. Flying high was Newry's Azorari Rakawaza, Bobby. They come out of defence through him. Handball intercepted. Sling tackle. Sees... Oh, is this going to be reversed? Player down at the back. Who's on the deck there?
Rakiwaza, big Bobby down there.
Bob.
Doesn't look to be great. Might have cop one there in that tackle. I think sandwich sort of tackle.
Will he stay on the ground?
He's looking a bit groggy.
Are they going to take him off?
Yeah, I think he should come off for a bit of a rest. He's looking a bit loose on his feet. He wants to stay out there, but they're letting him go. He's just come back and compose himself a bit. He did look a tad wobbly. Nuriupa with the footy at half back, long down the line. Players shield their eyes from the sun, and it's Matty Westhoff again. He's played a good game today, taking a nice grab. Wants the man on the mark to move back. Doesn't get it. Chips across to give himself some space. They've got a loose man out wide, Fechner, I think it is.
Yep.
And then young Ellis is sprinting out there too to make some space. He goes short in that direction.
Two hands,
one
son.
hand to the ball, and loose. Spills out loose now. Fechner kicks it forward. If it goes out of bounds, it'll be a pretty good result for Tanunda. Good tackle there, Fechner throwing himself at the contest. Schiller's gone in hard now and had a crack at Gibson. Gibson's thrown one there. A couple little cheeky ones being thrown in there, and there's a fight on right in front of the Tanunda faithful. Of course,
I think the umpire reaching for the card, is he?
haven't seen the card come out yet. I think he's
No.
just saying, settle down, boys, settle down.
Keeps touching his pocket.
No,
There's
it's on
another.
again here. Now, I did see Schiller run from a long way away, heading that way. I just thought he was running away to get the ball. He has. I was just wondering if he ran there and started that fight. But Jackson Baldwin in there. I get the feeling Jackson Baldwin would be just as dangerous with his mouth as anything else, I would have thought.
Who's got the kick?
The kick is with the Tanunda skipper, I think.
Yep, okay. So he's going to kick inside the 50, kicks it high to the goal square. A pack will fly, nearly brought down off the deck towards the goals. Punched away, tackling right in front of the goal square. Should be a ball up. Tanunda's opportunity. They trail by 20 points here in the 2018 Broselite and Gawler Football Association Grand Final, 11-2 to 7-6.
Ball up right in front of Tanunda's goal square. Probably at the end where the AFL, the new AFL goal square will end, 19 metres out, and throw up. Rove down, Bignell trying to charge through like an absolute bull. Spills the ball out the back. I think it's touched and rushed through by Nuriupa. Two blokes spread hard to the clubhouse pocket here. He eventually goes there, gets DeMacy right tucked away nicely in the pocket in the shade of the old building. Go to really, so Tanunda trying to build a bit of a wall here. Looks like AJ Pye's in the box seat and takes a big grab. Jamo.
Yeah, into the centre forward, into the area, and it's Britton.
See that doing well again on the mark there, yeah. Gogol. He's crept forward at least 1.5 metres. Umpire again not onto it. Players have done that well today.
Different kick to the one down the other end, but he cleared that easily by 20, so we've got to feel the distance is his. Let's see how the accuracy goes with this breeze. He's kicked it high. He's kicked it high. Just won't make it. Has it crept through?
Yeah, she's through.
Umpire Grant Folkenberg calls him right all the time, and he's got it. And a big goal to Ben Britton.
And again, the big fella. Love the big. I don't know why I'm so excited about the big fellas today, but when a big fella grabs it and slots the goal, I think everyone lifts. We saw what happened last time off the back of it.
Lots of man love coming along here, is there?
He has been the spark last quarter, and now that, and they're pretty excited there, the boys in Tanunda. So interesting centre bounce here, critical.
Be interested to see whether that goal from the 50s and the 2 free kicks proves to be the difference in this game.
Geez, it'd be a shame if it ended up being that way, but we'll see how we go. Bignell again, first hands on the roving. Gets it out to Lee Westhoff, who sends it forward, looking for the big fella. Britton again gets his hands